Alright guys, I'm in a part of Raleigh that I don't usually go. They have an Ollie's and a Dollar Tree. Ollie's and a Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna see if this Dollar Tree has any movies that I need or want. Let's see what they got. They didn't have any movies up front. Books. No. Electronics, there it is. It's over here. Oh shit. Holy motherfucker. Okay, cool. Got some movies to look at, folks. Ouija 4. Well, I didn't know they did a 3. Oh, this is this is a Hong Kong Chinese film here. Okay, I will take that. Ouija 4. Nice. Blade Runner concept again. The Living Dead. The Living and the Dead. Yeah, this one looks cool. I do have it in the collection. Ooh, I'll take this for the cool yellow case. The Perfect Weapon. Seagull. I think I'm pretty confident I have that. Silence. That's there. Obey. Jamie Jones. The Jamie Jones. Looks like poo-poo. Looks like poop. Try to make sense of this. Of course, I gotta. One moment. Heavenly Deposit. Oh, it looks bad, bad, bad. The Curse of the Phoenix. Maybe. Mythical creatures brought to life. That's kind of cool, actually. It's BBC. It's obviously, you know, science fiction, but maybe imagining how these creatures would be in the real world, on Earth, with natural selection and whatnot. So, cool. Cool. Sometimes there's not bad. It's probably very bad. Sergeant Will Gardner, Max Martini. Max Martini, written and directed. Ooh, attrition. I'm grabbing this for a giveaway. It's actually a good Seagull film. A good Seagull film that's come out in the last like 20 years. So probably one of the best, if not the best. I'd have to think about it, but I do have Severance. Somebody was asking about that recently. Invisible Sue, Son of Bigfoot Sushi Girl. As I'm interested, I'm gonna sit on cross-legged here. My knees pop through my kneecaps. Much better. Revive Us. This is difficult to do with one hand, as you guys know. Little Miss Doolittle on Blu-ray. Another attrition. Maybe I'm tempted to rescue this too. Abduction. I wish that was a Blu-ray. There's a bucket. Glover, huh? Wow, see. How many times have I done that? Sorry. I hear you. Thank you. Certain things trigger certain songs, you know? It's like a walking jukebox. Two or three times. Truth or dare? Mr. Nair. Reindeer family and me. Interesting. I don't think I'm too interested in that one, actually. Sorry, guys, just like a worker around me. I don't think he'd give a shit about filming. Doesn't look like the type that would, but Clash of the Empires. English and French production. Really generic looking. I'm good. I'm good. It's mostly stuff I have. Stuff I've seen over the last few months or so. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Don't mind me. And I swear I'm not talking to myself.
Oh, you did.
Talking to my audience.
It looks.
Well, I actually have a YouTube channel where I look for movies. And so sometimes people think I'm just like, you know, actually nuts. Like I talk to myself too, but having a full conversation is a little different. Yeah. So don't mind me. That's right.
Okay, that was kind of creepy. There ain't nobody over there.
Right. Let's just move on and not think about that. This is kind of cool. Tekken, Kazuya's Revenge. I don't know how many Tekken films there are. Wasn't me.
You want me?
Kazuya's Revenge. Sure, yeah, I'll take that. That's a weird one. I don't know what that is either. I love the original movie, but
right,
I don't know what that is.
Then again, they might want that. It's gonna be crappy as a movie.
Who said that?
My job.
What is your job, if you don't mind me
I
asking?
work at Vince Auto Parts.
Okay, gotcha. So you just want something planned
So
that's just crappy?
I'm picking up DVDs for a store. So they testing out the DVD players in the cars.
Okay.
So they told me to pick any crappy,
Like cheap,
children
crappy. Okay, gotcha. Well, that should work then.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The guys, the host. Just something safe too, right?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So
Yeah.
I got some children.
Well, there's plenty of crappy kids movies. Here's Spy Cat. There's one. I would assume that's crappy. Yeah, most of this stuff is bottom of the barrel. It's the diamonds in the rough that I'm looking for, which are few and far between. Mail order monster.
Bad teacher. That's got too much stuff in it.
Yeah, with a title like that, you can imagine. Afterlife. This looks kind of cool. Season 2, though. Maybe. Viking War. That's my man. Awake. I've seen this before. Danny Trejo double feature, but not a big Danny Trejo guy. Eldorado. Beasts and one of those Collider. Change the password to history. 12 Party Gangster Man. To the Wonder. 100 Ghost Streets. There's the title. Jeez. This looks shitty. Give it a try. That's cool to see. Monster House. There's a good kids film. Monster House. Are you looking only for Blu-rays?
Yeah. Blu-ray.
I understand, yeah. Figured as much. The Wild West. Meet the animals of the legendary Wild West. That's right up my alley. That's cool. Dark House. The generic title, Dark House. Jeez. Strange Nature. See that one? You know what? I'm gonna pick up this Last Day. Last Day's on Mars. Because I've never seen the Blu-ray around. It's a Leif Schreiber sci-fi film. I've heard it's sort of like Alien. And that's gonna do it. Let's see what I'm taking. All right, so a little bit of success at the Dollar Tree. Now we're gonna check out Ollie's Bargain Outlet. I've been to one of these. Remember the trip I did out in Rocky Mountain or whatever with my buddy Matt? Checked out one, didn't buy anything, but hopefully this one has more movies. Let us find out. Places are really cool for people who are into graphic novels. Now look at this. $2-3 a pop. Tons of graphic novels. Or trade paperbacks, I should say, I guess. Nothing that I really am interested in. I don't read many superhero things. I'm more of a Watchmen one-off graphic novel kind of guy, you know? Some Deadpool, Star Wars, $3. And then they just have tons of books here. The lady said they do, have some movies. And there they are. Looks like more than the other place. Or the other alleys, I should say. Oh, that's a mess. It's the state of things, right? Wow. This is going to be fun to look through. Oh, good Lord. It's like 3 movies repeated. Great episode that was. Head office, what? That's an interesting one, actually. God almighty. Alright, I'm gonna destroy my knees here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, that's cool. This is a comedy from the 80s. A not really well-known comedy with Judge Reinhold. I think I could probably resell this. I have a copy of that, actually. Tried to turn my other hand. This feels weird. Beautiful People, Bill Maher, tons of Bill Maher, American Splendor. That's a good one. Remember that one. Bag of Flowers. Elizabeth Taylor. Thank you, Billy Graham. I think I'm gonna take this, at least to resell. I think it fetches like $8 to $10 used, so maybe a bit more. Ooh, is that George C. Scott, Descending Angel? What's that? Oh yeah. I feel like I've picked this up before, but not positive. Obviously this is a nice brand new copy here. Wish they had more HBO video stuff. It seems that they have a couple of these here, but okay. I'm gonna do one last look through and see what I'm taking. Alright guys, I just noticed this. I don't tend to buy books like this, but I've never seen a Die Hard one. I really shouldn't spend $9 myself since I'm broke. But, oh, I'm tempted. I wish I could look inside of it. Damn it. Wow. Forward by John McTiernan, so guys, I might have to grab this. I think I'm gonna find the best looking one. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna grab one of these. All right. That's your vinyl. And they move their movies from here to here. First thing I'm noticing, Saturday Night Live 5th season. Oh yeah. 79.80. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. I don't recognize her. Let's see. It's been a very long time since I've been here. Very long time. Months. Like History Channel stuff. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. I was outside waiting for this place to open up. I got some push-ups in. These are sometimes worth fetching. Not without a disc, though, I'll tell ya. Cilantro perejil. What does that mean? The perejil and cinema. Huh. Cool. Maybe.
How's everybody doing today?
Sorry guys, trying to be discreet here. How do we have a prison murder? Quinceañera. This is like some of the shittiest stuff I've ever seen in one place. It's not even movies, mostly. Cool. Yes, yes, yes. Cilantro perejil. Oh, one for me, one to sell, maybe? If they were fetching anything? Oh, we'll see. Found something though. Alright. Looks like it. Let's see what we're taking. Alright guys, so most of those cases didn't have the discs in them, but I did pick up this. Unfortunately it was $7. So I might sell it because it's worth like $25, and $7 is more than I ever spend on anything. DVD, box set, Blu-ray, whatever. So either way, on to the next. Alright guys, we're at the National Pawn. Let's see what they got. Alright guys, looks like they're easing up the old movies here. They come and go in this place. It's like sometimes they have a ton, sometimes they have a few. We'll try it.
They were scrubbers, right, boo?
That's a Jexy. That guy's really funny, but I don't know. I don't have a movie with him. Creative youth exercises. AKA guy duties. Unknown. No idea who that is. Sorry guys, it's always hard to film here, which is why I don't often film here. Employees abound. This is more of a corporate sort of place. Blu-rays. Beauty and the Beast on Blu-ray. $5, no thanks. Alright. Vanquish, what's this? Vanquish Morgan Freeman and Ruby Rose. Oh, is this her action movie? I want to give this a shot. I like Ruby Rose. It's basically Ruby Rose's John Wick. And I've not heard really any good things. Ooh, the new Grudge, too. Look at that. And Virtuoso. I'm gonna look into that one. Dark Web, Cicada 3301. What the fuck is this? A title like that, I can't leave it behind. 3D Genesis. I could resell that. I think I have Genesis at home, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely have the Sega Genesis at home. Steve King's A Good Marriage. Ooh. Ooh, ugly, water damaged. I'll pass on that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna see what I'm taking. Alright, we're gonna check out the Big Lots actually to see if they have any clearance movies like the other one did in my last video. And if they don't, I'm probably not buying anything because $3 to $5 is a little bit rich for my blood in terms of DVDs and Blu-rays. Well, let's see what they got. Alright, so of course Big Lots had copyrighted music blaring the worst pop in the world currently. And at first glance, this was like as if it was meant for me to see it. The only copy of it, a 5-film vampire collection. Now, all these films are from the 60s and 70s. Now, a few of them, Fangs of the Living Dead, Alexandro Osorio, Grave of the Vampire, Vampire Happening from the 70s. I've never heard of those. It also has Last Man on Earth, Vincent Price, which is from the 60s. But yeah, I mean, for $2, some vampire films I never heard of, I'll take it. The Hillside Stranglers one I put to the side. I put it in my yes pile, but I actually ended up not taking that. And then just a lot of run-of-the-mill stuff, and I kind of go through it rather quickly. There are some cool things that this one has that the other Big Lot did not. But again, nothing that I'm going to spend $3 to $5 on. Like, that's a cool set. I still need to pick up Four Brothers on Blu-ray. Tracers, starring Taylor Lautner, everyone's favorite action star. Taylor Lautner, who starred in Twilight, or one of the one of the Twilights, or multiple, I have no idea. Big action star now, I guess. So yeah, coming to the other side here. Just a random hodgepodge of movies. I mean, this is cool. The Cloverfield 3 movie collection. I actually would have considered that for $5, but it was marked at $10. I would have sold off my 2 copies and picked that up, but not for $10. Not for $10. It would have been nice to have those all in one case, to be honest. As you can see, they have a bunch of big box sets here. And then The Divine Fury. The Divine Fury, which was, yeah, a Chinese film, Hong Kong, I believe, but $5. I'm not spending $5 on some random Chinese action or horror film. I'm not sure what it even was. Streets of San Francisco, The Medium, Happy Days. Just tons of TV shows mixed in with kids movies and very adult movies, as you'll see coming up here in a moment. Have Gun Will Travel. Who knew? I saw that at the National Pawn right before I made this trip. Eye of the Beast. Coming up soon here. We have more of the Cloverfield ones that I start checking just to make sure that they are the same price, $10. Because sometimes Big Lots prices things a little differently. They stagger their prices or whatever. And then right here I spot Triad Election. It's friggin' cool to find this. Now $3, I would have spent $5 on it. That is actually Election 2. If you guys know Election, Johnny To directed Election and Triad Election, which is Election 2.
And it's really like a triad Godfather. I know it says that right on the front, but it really is. It is like the gangster film to end all crime, realistic gangster films in terms of triad movies. Which is, you know, the Hong Kong Chinese equivalent of the Yakuza, or, you know, the Mafia, the Italian Mafia, or whatever it may be. Organized crime. And then, the rest of the stuff, World Among Thieves. This is one I picked up at the last Big Lot haul, which was, I picked up a few movies. I think it was last video. And then going down here, more Triad Election. Believe it or not going for much. It's only selling for like $4 or $5 brand new. In the Spider's Web? That looked shitty. And then down at the very bottom, Little Rascals. For a second I thought that was the Little Rascals that I grew up with from the 90s, but it wasn't. And then I noticed that they had a whole bunch of other movies that were very poorly displayed, so I didn't really look through the DVDs. I, flipped through the Blu-rays here, and I was also commenting in the video on how they should just hire me to design things to keep their, to keep their movies in so that people could shop them better. I could come up with something much better in about 10 seconds probably. I don't know if these are repurposed things or if they're made with the function of holding DVDs and Blu-rays, but if so, whoever made them is an idiot. First world problems, I know. But a bunch of garbage over here. I was hoping they would have some clearance ones, but I didn't see any. All right, we're trying out this restore that I've stopped at a few times in the last 6 months or so, and never really get any good luck, but hopefully today changes that. Let's see what they got.
Here we are. More Seventh Heaven, jeez. I just sold the entire collection for like $50, so it really wasn't going for much. Ooh, Paradiso. Italian film I have on Blu-ray. Sure, that touches something. Life size. Jeez. I never know with these random naughts Disney movies. Some of them catch a bit. Wings of the Dove. I don't got a tune wrong. Ian Softly. The guy who did, what's that movie called? K-Pax. I like that movie quite a bit, actually. K-Pax is underrated. Tuck Every Last Thing, more Disney stuff, and a whole bunch of exercise shit. Here's our history section. Classics like Aquamarine. Oh, that made my skin crawl. They're just working, but it made my skin crawl. Give me chills. That sound. It's not a sound that comes from nature, so my body was like, ah. Alright. Looks like that's gonna do it. I think I'm gonna take a look into these and see what I'm taking. We are here at another National Pawn. I've been to this one a couple times. This was the big one that I found. It was like 10 cent, 15 cent movies at. Let's hope they've got some more. Sorry, Buster Rhymes. Here, that's my boy Buster Rhymes. Buster Rhymes. I'm looking for a copy of this. Still haven't seen this. I grew up with some obviously, like, popular, not so much. But I want to check this out. Directed by Jim Sheridan.
Alright, guys, and the music started blaring here, so I was just like, let's just do a voiceover. So, as you can see, they had a lot of DVDs that were just kind of stacked up, single discs. Somebody probably brought in. I'm sure somebody will buy these up, but they're not for me. Maybe there was some out-of-print stuff in there that I could have made some money on, but I'm not going to dig through all that crap. So I'm just kind of looking through, and there really weren't many DVDs that had my name on them, or anything that I could really resell, and so I'm just kind of strolling along rather quickly here, getting through all the crap. That was a weird one, weird title, I couldn't quite make out. The Big Hit. The Big Hit is a film that, I tried to watch it recently, and I just wasn't really feeling it. And on the top row here, as you can see, the DVDs, I think they said they were 50 cents, if I'm not mistaken. So the DVDs were really cheap, but unfortunately they didn't really have anything I wanted. And then they have the Hitcher and Casino on HD DVD. Now around to the Blu-rays here, and I was looking for a Blu-ray price. They ended up being $2.50 a pop for me, since I, as you'll see, bought a few. They are $3 as marked. First thing I noticed here was Green Room, which was nice to see a copy of, and then I broke everything. And as you can see, it happened a few times because it's just being chipped away. The plastic's progressively being chipped away as time goes on because people keep dropping it because it doesn't have a good spot to go. And look what I found. A Kino Lorber at the National Pawn, Wake Island, and it is in there. Wake Island Kino collection. I've seen Kino stuff before at the pawn shop, but not often, man, so that was cool to see. And as I'm going on, Ma's one I've been wanting to see, a Blumhouse film with Octavia Spencer, I believe her name is. And Grumpy Old Men, that one fetches a few bucks. Whoa, I'm getting out of hand here. Sorry. It's always hard to film in these places because, there's so many employees that are, like, keeping an eye out on shit like this. Or at least I'm paranoid and think so. The Shallows, that's one I didn't have, but I opened it up and it was not in there, unfortunately. Pretty much the only one that I snag off the shelf that ended up not going home with me because it just wasn't present. And as you can see here, we have 24 Hours to Live, which is Ethan Hawke's John Wick, or at least it looks that way. And I love Ethan Hawke. I think he's an underrated actor, so I want to give it a shot. And Sergeant York Archive Collection. Still finding the archives, man. The classic 50s, 60s archives. And another one, Flying Leathernecks. Not quite my thing, but oh my god, Pork Chop Hill! Gregory Peck, this one's an olive film. Wings. Guys, this is from 1927. This will be staying in my collection. Silent war film. Really important film for the era. As you can see, I'd snagged Tora there as well. Oh my god, at this point I was getting so excited. The Outpost, that one kind of, I wasn't sure about that one. My Way, this is a Chinese film that I've been wanting to see for many, many years. I have it on DVD, so I'll be selling that one off. Why We Fight. This is Frank Capra's anti-communist propaganda film that he produced for the U.S. government, and underneath, Fat Man, which was decent, but I love Mel Gibson. Here we have a copy of Patton, Ninth Company. I had no clue what that was, so I passed on that. I thought it was older for a second. And then another Kino Lorber, and a film called Resistance. Jesse Eisenberg, Ed Harris, no clue what that was, but I'm going to give it a shot. It looks like a war film, obviously, World War II film. And yeah, man, at this point, I was just like freaking out. I was keeping my cool, of course, because I'm good at keeping my cool in these places at this point. Tomb Raider, Crate of Life. This is the second Tomb Raider movie with Angelina Jolie that I don't have on Blu-ray or DVD, so I'm adding that to the video game movie collection. And then, yeah, we kind of calmed down for a minute here, and there is a Stalingrad War I can't quite read it. Raid on Stalingrad. I actually ended up picking that one up too. And this one, I'm pretty confident I already have, but I snagged it anyway. I could always resell it. And we have Southpaw, which is a film that I had been wanting, or Kickboxer, I'm sorry, I don't pick up Southpaw yet. Kickboxer Vengeance. I think I have that one, but again, I can give it away or something. Southpaw, Jake Gyllenhaal film that I've yet to see, and I've heard good things about it. It's a boxing film, if I'm not mistaken, a modern one. And at this point, I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss anything, because holy crap, there was so much to look at. I mean, I was snagging Blu-rays left and right there. And yeah, just some nice slip-covered copies of Jurassic Park 1, 2, and 3. And then Contraband, Savages, and Sabotage on a triple feature. And coming down to the third shelf, just sort of run-of-the-mill stuff that you see pretty often. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of chilling. Lower the camera, kid. Lower the camera. And there are a couple Killzone movies. I missed Killzone 2 already, but I go back and grab it after. Killzone 1, definitely resaleable, I should say. The Gunman. This is a Sean Penn film where he plays like an assassin. I've been wanting to see it for some time. These ones with the blue tape on them, if I'm not mistaken, are like $1, so they dollared them out. But to be honest, they are all pretty much Dollar Tree movies. So, quite literally Dollar Tree movies. Coming down to the bottom, we have a cool V for Vendetta, Watchmen, Constantine triple feature there. Have all those already, of course. More run-of-the-mill. X-Men 2. Ultraviolet is one I go back and grab. Cold Pursuit! Liam Neeson film that came out a couple years ago based on the, what was it? In the Name of Disappearance, or something like that. A Swedish film with Michael Nyqvist, if I'm not mistaken. 3 from Hell I already have. I mean, pretty much all the ones that are shown here that I am interested in, I already own. 3 from Hell there. Rob Zombie, still haven't seen that one. 4 Brothers, again, I'm like, feels like $1, I'd snag it, but more of the same. Yeah, here I am contemplating it. John Singleton, great underrated director, made some really, really good films. At least a solid handful of great movies, in my opinion. Boys in the Hood, of course. And then Kill 'Em Softly, such an underrated film, crime film that is very reminiscent of the 70s. Thin Ice, not sure what that was. Then we have 2 copies of Glass, both of which I picked up. One to resell, one for myself. And because that is the 3rd film in the Unbreakable Split Glass trilogy. I don't know what to call it. Shyamalan's trilogy of superhero deconstruction, we'll say. Not a very catchy name. And then Meet the Parents, triple feature, and I picked that up for at least the first film because I do really enjoy it.
I always take another look off camera. The first Purge, the only Purge film I don't have and haven't seen. I saw this one, but for some reason my eye didn't catch that. So hell yeah. And another one. This one I'm not so much interested, but this will make my money back. I think this goes for like $20 to $30 on Blue. Hard to find. Probably a good movie though. So, but I need to make my money back at least. So. I'm broke. Got a few Blu-rays. I think that's going to do it for this trip. Let's see what we got. Or I got. They got? Yeah, let's see what I got. Alright guys, so the first thing I wanted to show you and definitely unwrap on camera. I got the best looking version. All of them were a little bit beat up, nicked up on the front. But I think that's because, well, why they were at Ollie's. Sort of a bargain outlet kind of place. And, wow. Look at that. I have to get a wide-angle lens for this bad boy. Oh, yeah, buddy. Look at that. That's a production still there. I've never seen that. This is beautiful full color. Oh, my God. It has storyboards, concepts, the script. This is... Yes. I am so glad I picked this up. I am so glad I picked this up. What I'm going to love doing... Oh, wow. Do they cover the second one, too? Whoa, wait a sec. That's Rennie Harlan down there. A Good Day to... Oh, my God. They cover the entire franchise. Holy shit. And even the last one that we're not going to talk about. What is this? Hans Gruber... Wow, look at this. This is so cool, man. Oh, kid in a candy store right now. This is awesome. All right, well, now I got to show you the movies I picked up. So I'm going to start with the incredible haul I got at National Pawn. A couple months ago, you could check the Thriftin video. I got another similar haul, probably 3 times as much as I got this time. But man, did I find some cool stuff. Let's start going through it. Not sure what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of at this point. I'm probably keeping a lot of it, but I have to at least make some money on this stuff here. So I gotta, weigh what I spent and decide what I'm keeping. John Wayne Flying Leathernecks. This is an archive collection. A lot of these I'll have on DVD, so I'll be able to sell the DVDs off, which will be nice, so I don't have to sell the Blu-rays. Flying Leathernecks. I don't know anything about this, but these are pretty much all war films, all the archive ones, all the Kino ones that I got, as you'll see coming up. We've got The Girl in the Spider's Web. Again, pretty confident I have this, but this is the 4th Girl in movie. This one doesn't have Naomi Rapace, or the 5th technically with the American remake. This is probably the coolest thing I found on this trip, I gotta be honest. This is incredible. Incredible to find this. Now, this is a 1927 silent film, war film, with a young Gary Cooper. Who directed this? I thought somebody big was attached. William Wellman, Charles Buddy Rogers, Richard Arlen.
Clara Bow right there. This is so cool. I'm so happy to add this to the silent film collection, which I don't know how many I need at this point. Obviously, more and more are coming out, but this is so cool to find. I have a lot of the silent films on Blu-ray, which is very, very cool, guys. So 1927, a film that was really very important for the era, and I'm happy to own it, especially for $2.50. Jesus. Wake Island, another war film here. I'm not going to talk about these much because I don't know much about them. I got to be honest. This one's directed by John Farrow. Don't know that director by name. Gregory Peck and Pork Chop Hill. What a title. Lewis Milestone. Don't know that one either, but very cool. This one I'm definitely selling. This one fetches $20-30. That'll pay for a good handful or two of these Blu-rays that I'm going to be keeping for myself. This is the story of the band, I believe, the Motown band, the Five Heartbeats, or the Temptations. Maybe it's sort of, they don't call them by name, but it's sort of a Temptations Motown sort of group, Four Tops kind of thing. Pretty cool, but yeah, I'll be getting rid of this. Kickboxer Vengeance. Believe I already have this too, but I think I will be giving this away, maybe selling it. We'll see. Depends. Tora, 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 which means tiger, tiger, tiger in Japanese. Tora, tora, tora. The attack on Pearl Harbor, that's what they were shouting. The Japanese were shouting when, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, when they were about to attack or attacking. About to attack, I should say. I recently learned a bit about Pearl Harbor. Now, this is an American and Japanese co-production, which I think is wonderful. You know, I mean, 30 years after the war, whatever it was. Yeah, well, even less. Holy crap, even less than 30 years after the war. We teamed up and made some art, and that is a powerful statement. Very cool. I've yet to see the film, though. 24 Hours to Live with Ethan Hawke. He'll stop when he's dead. This seems to be like sort of Ethan Hawke's John Wick, and I'm fine with that, and I think Ethan Hawke is great. He's been blowing me away lately with, like, First Reformed and films like that. Oh, yeah, look at this. Nah, it looks like it's going to be non-stop action. I am down for this. I can't wait to give this a shot. Then we have Grumpier Old Men. Two films that I have already. I have this double feature, so I'll be selling this off. Ultraviolet. I don't think I have this. Oh, it's the theatrical cut. I would have... that kind of sucks. This film I could never get into, but I got to try it again. It's been about a decade since I've tried to watch it. I love Milla Jovovich in Resident Evil and her action movies, Monster Hunter, stuff like that. But Ultraviolet I could never get into. It was one of those green screen movies that came out like 15 years ago or so. But I want to give it another shot. Unfortunate to see. I just noticed that it's PG-13 theatrical cut. Oh well. Warrior's Way. This one I remember watching back in the day and kind of enjoying it. So I figured I'd give it a shot on Blu-ray. Sergeant York, another archive collection starring Gary Cooper. Very, very cool. I have this one on DVD too, so I'll be selling that off and keeping the blue. This is one I snagged off camera. Attack on Leningrad. Okay, I thought it was Stalingrad, but I couldn't quite see it because of the glare in the video. Mira Sorvino, Gabriel Byrne, Armin Mueller-Stahl from 13th Floor, and a lot of other films. This looks pretty good. I don't know much about this, but I'll have to look it up and see what it is. Fat Man, with Mel Gibson, who plays Santa Claus, believe it or not. Not a very good movie, but I love Mel Gibson, and it's really unique to see him in a role like this, where he plays like a sort of a badass, take-no-shit Santa. Now, he's not going around killing people, he's Santa. But this guy, Walton Goggins' character, is trying to assassinate him? I forget. The movie wasn't that good. It had a really annoying kid actor in it, But I stuck through it for Mel Gibson, who looks oddly like Donald Sutherland in this poster. Why We Fight. How cool to find this. I mean, this is technically, I would call it anti-communist propaganda that the government hired Frank Capra to produce. Now, if you're going to hire somebody during the 40s to produce anti-communist propaganda, Frank Capra's the guy to do it. He was quite the filmmaker, very popular at the time, too. I haven't really gotten to his movies, to be honest, but this is incredible to find. I can't wait to watch this as sort of an historical piece. This is so amazing. I have no idea what this is going for. Patton, George C. Scott, Carl Malden. This is a film I believe I have in the collection already, if I'm not mistaken, but I picked it up to sell it. We'll have to verify that. Raid on Rommel, Richard Burton. I don't know much about this one either. It's a film I see here and there, but I don't know much about it. 1971. I'm looking forward to giving this a shot, or at least adding it to the war Blu-ray collection for now, and when I'm in a war kind of mood, which doesn't happen often, checking it out. Now, here's one of the DVDs I picked up, the only DVD I think I picked up at the National Pawn. Get Rich or Die Trying. This is 50 cents. crime action kind of film that Jim Sheridan directed. Now, I used to listen to 50 Cent when I was in probably middle school before he got popular, and then he got popular when I was in high school, and I stopped listening to him during the sort of Get Rich or Die Tryin' era. Now, I still enjoy that album, but it has some really, really mainstream poppy, hip-hop kind of tracks that wasn't my style back then and still kind of isn't. Like, Go Shawty, it's your birthday. You know, if I hear that one more goddamn time, I'm going to lose my shit. But this is his gangster flick where he's holding an infant. Resistance. This is Jesse Eisenberg, Ed Harris. I don't know much about this, but it looks like it takes place during World War II. And again, Shout Factory put this out. IFC, never even heard of this. So many movies coming out these days that, you miss so many. Maybe this is a good one. Not a huge fan of Jesse Eisenberg, but I am of Ed Harris. I'll give it a shot. And we have Mama just killed up, hopefully many people. I don't know. Get Home Safe. Octavia Spencer. I hear she plays like a crazy nanny kind of lady. Everybody's welcome at Ma's, but good luck getting home safe. Sounds good to me. Bloomhouse. Yeah. We've got a couple of the Glass. We've got a couple copies of Glass here, one with a broken case, one without. I'll be selling one of these off and keeping one in the collection, and I now have the Superhero Deconstruction Trilogy, as I've coined it. I'm sure there's a name for it. Please enlighten me. What is it? Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. I now own all three. Very cool. Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life. This is the second Tomb Raider film starring Angelina Jolie. This will be added to the video game movie collection, and I haven't seen this movie in ages, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a shot. I don't hate the first one. I kind of enjoy it. It's a fun action movie, kind of Indiana Jones-ish. Not bad, so hopefully the same could be said for this. I saw this in theaters. I think that's the last time I saw it. The Gunman, starring Sean Penn. This one I've wanted to see for some time. Haven't heard many great things about it. Pierre Morel, I can't do it, Morel. Directed Sean Penn in The Gunman, so I'm looking forward to checking that one out. Killzone 1 and 2, I'll be selling both of these off because I have them already. We've got Cold Pursuit, Liam Neeson. This is In Order of Disappearance, if I'm not mistaken, is the name of the film. I can't remember, but it was a really dark humor, as it says here, darkly comedic, dark humor sort of crime film with Michael Nyqvist, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the American remake with Liam Neeson. I believe the same director did it, though. Yeah, Hans Petter Moland. Yeah, so he did the original and this one. So that's always a good sign in my book. It worked with The Grudge, at least, back in the day. Southpaw. This is a Jake Gyllenhaal boxing film, I think, or is it like an MMA film? I'm not exactly sure. I think it's boxing, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't seen this. Looking forward to it, though. I love Jake Gyllenhaal. He has turned into quite the actor. Meet the Parents. I'll be getting rid of my DVDs. I have the entire Fokker collection here. I really only bought this for the first one. $250 for the first one was more than fair, in my opinion. So, glad to have this on Blu-ray now. My Way. This is a Hong Kong war film that sort of looks like Saving Private Ryan, and it's always compared to it. But I have it on DVD, brand new and sealed, and I'm happy that I finally have it on Blu-ray, and I can't wait to watch it. From the director of Tai Guk Gi, The Brotherhood of War, which is another very, very popular Hong Kong war film. So, very happy to add this to the collection. The First Purge. Almost missed this one. Glad I took a second look. Always take a second look, guys, even a third look, especially if you're filming. I now have all 4 Purge films thus far. There's a new one coming out called The Forever Purge, and I think there's a TV show. I liked the first Purge, loved the second Purge, enjoyed and actually liked the third Purge more than the first one. So it goes 3, 2, 1. Or no, 2, 3, 1 for me so far. Not sure where the first Purge is going to fit in, but I'm happy to own it. Add it to the collection and complete it. Revolver on Blu-ray. I recently picked this up on DVD, so I'm happy to have it on Blu-ray. I think I picked it up on DVD. It was either DVD or Blu-ray. I'll find out shortly. Revolver, this is Jason Statham, Guy Ritchie film that no one talks about, and I didn't really like when I first watched it, but I don't think I ever finished it. I gotta be honest. So, Revolver. Dollar Tree Movies, a couple copies of Attrition for giveaways, things like that, because it's actually a good Seagal film of the last 20 years. That came out a few years ago. Legendary Beasts, a BBC sort of science fiction take, or hopefully a more scientific look at how these creatures would actually behave in real life, like the Kraken, Megajaws, Bird Monster, or maybe it is actually drawing lines between actual creatures that existed. I'm not exactly sure, but it's BBC, and I trust them to entertain me. Then we have Last Days of Mars, or Last Days on Mars with Liev Schreiber. I've heard many good things about this. Some people love it, some people hate it, but I want to give it a shot, and I can't seem to find it on Blu-ray, so I finally picked this up at the Dollar Tree. Wild West, Animals of the Wild West from BBC Earth. Hell yeah, any BBC Earth for $1, I'm snagging. No questions asked. 100 Ghost Street, I picked this up because it looks like a found footage film, so you never know, and I love me some found footage. Tekken, Kazuya's Revenge, directed by Chaos. Oh yeah, Wick Chaos, there we go. Now he's going by his first name as well, but he used to just go by Chaos, which is unbelievably pretentious, and I would assume that this is garbage, but it's a video game movie, and I need it, and it has Kane Kosugi, so we'll give it a shot. Vamp U, I actually meant to not pick this up, but I did. Oh well. Color City, whatever the f***. This is a yellow case, that's why I bought it. $1 for the yellow case. I already put my copy of Blu-ray into a yellow case, or Blu-ray, Jesus. My copy of Bumblebee into a yellow Blu-ray case, so I'll have to find another one that will fit the yellow case well. Any ideas out there, guys? Ouija 4. What happened to Ouija 3? I have no idea, but this doesn't have anything to do with the American movies. This seems to be a Chinese film. And let's see, and it's dubbed. Oh, boy. It's dubbed. Why is it dubbed? Why can't I have the original language? I hate that! And then at the, what was it? National Pawn, one of the other National Pawns that I didn't get quite as lucky. Dark Web Cicada 3301. Huh? What does that mean at all? I have no clue what that means. But that's okay, and that's why I bought it, so you got me through confusion. It seems kind of cyberpunky, so that's cool. 2021. And, yeah, language, violence, all the good stuff. So I'll have to give that a shot. Unfortunately, Vanquish, the one I really wanted with Ruby Rose and Morgan Freeman, the action movie, had, like, Rock of Ages in it, the DVD. And I was like, oh, well, that sucks. This one, Gus, I didn't get on camera. It was kind of face down, and I saw it on a second look. And I'll be selling this off because I already own this in the Don Knotts collection from Disney, so make a few bucks on that. The Grudge, The Untold Chapter. From producers of Don't Breathe and Evil Dead. Also a director, Nicolas Pesce, who did... Nicolas Pesce. Oh, man, he did a movie. And I'm blanking on it. Pesce. He did a couple movies, and then he was hired by Hollywood to do this Grudge remake, reboot, whatever the hell. Came out like January 2019 or 2020, and nobody liked it. I think it was 2020 if I'm not mistaken. Nobody liked it, but it's a Grudge movie. I want to add it to the collection and give it a shot. Complete fifth season. I got to see which ones I got to make my money back, like I said, guys, on this lot, at least. So I'm not sure if this will be staying in the collection or going. I want to keep it, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Cinema Paradiso. I have this on Blu-ray, luckily, so I'll be selling this for a few dollars. And then we have Descending Angel. George C. Scott. I don't know if I have this or not. I don't think I do. I think I've seen it before, but it was destroyed. Jeremy Paul Kagan directed. George C. Scott film, I will give it a shot. HBO video, hell yeah. I love George C. And then Head Office, I'll be selling off the DVD or the new copy here and keeping my used one. Judge Reinhold comedy from the mid-'80s. After Beverly Hills Cop. I don't know much about it, but it's an HBO video. It looks kind of cool, and I love me a good 80s comedy. Look at that cast. Danny DeVito, Jane Seymour, Rick Moranis, Judge Reinhold. Awesome. And then we have this one. Now I'll get a closer look at it here. Fangs of the Living Dead. Alessandro Osorio. Spanish director. Count Dracula and his Vampire Brides. These must all be in the public domain or something. I'm not sure. Count Dracula and his Vampire Brides. Isn't that Hammer? I'm not mistaken. I get mixed up. Last Man on Earth, Vincent Price. Of course, I have that on Blu-ray. And then Vampire Happening and Grave of the Vampire. Now, you think these are just two, like, modern, crappy vampire films, but it says that they're from the 70s, guys. And that interests me. Obviously, it interested me enough to pick it up, give it a shot for $2. I think that's pretty sweet. And it was just sitting there like, hey, come here. This is for you, kid. Come on, take some. And last, but certainly not least, at the Big Lots for $3, I found Triad Election, which is also known as Election 2. Johnny To did this one and the original. These are less crime action and more freaking crime drama. And they are hard. The first one is really hard to watch. It's totally disturbing. Brutal film. Like, amoral. immoral, really good gangster flick from Hong Kong that follows the triads, and this character who's played by Simon Yam? Yeah, Simon Yam in the first film, who's trying to, eke, or I should say, bully his way into the leadership of the triads, and he does some really messed up things. It's a really good movie and shows you how fucked up the triads are or could be. And yeah, man, this is Election 2. Really happy to add this to the collection. I have the first Election movie. Why do they name them like that? Election and Triad Election. Election I have on Blu-ray. This one on DVD, I'm happy to have it with the slipcover. Very cool. And that's gonna do it for this haul. So many movies. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of cool stuff today. Lots of stuff to sell. Lots of stuff to keep. Kino Lorber, archive collection, horror, new stuff, old stuff. Awesome haul. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as well as the little bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon and t-shirts. Links are in the description below. Feel free to check those out if you so please. Anyway, guys, I will see you all next time. Bored Cyborg is out. Chaos!